Hi Mark, thanks for coming down for the lesson today. Really good to see you. Just recap on a few things for you. The first part of the lesson, we were talking about how to control the bottom of the swing arc. You've got the high point to your swing up here, and there's the low point at the bottom here. Now the low point is the most important part of any golfer who's going to play and hit the ball nicely. They need to have good control about where this bottom part of the swing touches the ground, and also in relation to the golf ball. How players achieve this is controlling how the lead shoulder works. The first thing the player has to do is set up with the lead shoulder forward of the golf ball. Secondly, for that, they would then push the handle forward. Now, why this is important, when we're hitting an iron off the ground, we need to make sure, we need to build in the bottom part of the swing is going to touch the ground after the golf ball. So when we're setting up, what we want to do is have the handle slightly forward, and that's going to build a downward attack in, so it's pre-programming our computer. We want to be able to turn our shoulders in the golf swing in a circle, in a stable circle. And how we would achieve that was by, for you, adding some tilt to the left in your golf swing. Okay. Tilt to the left is an interesting concept because most golfers are told just to turn. If I did a turn here, that would look like this. You can see now this is all around my lead shoulder here. If you watch where this travels, you have a lead shoulder now translate behind where the golf ball would be on the ground here. To make the shoulders turn in a circle, from the view that you're looking at here, the phrase was introduced in the lesson for the shoulder working down to the ground. And you can see here, if I continue turning that shoulder downward, you can see that my head would remain nice and stable, as shown here. Now from this view here, it would look more like this as well. So my shoulder would work down towards the ground, keep turning down towards the ground. So how our body works, if we tilt to the left, we turn to the right. We have to manage both pieces in order to our shoulders to turn in a circle. Where the sternum is in the golf swing, and where the center of mass of your shoulders, your chest is in the golf swing, there's a direct correlation of where you hit the ground. So any player that would keep their shoulder working down, or their shoulders here turning in a circle, as I come through into my downswing delivery point here, you can see my lead shoulder is now back to where it would be at setup. So all we needed to do was to make sure that we, for the first part of the swing that we did here, was tilt to the left. And in our phrase of the lesson would be shoulder down, change the knee flex. And then we just kept on changing the knee flex and working the shoulder down here, and that will keep the head stable. The second piece of that lesson would be just to control what the club face is doing, but this is very much a secondary part for you. I want you to get the first bit right first. First quarter of the swing, I just wanted you to, whilst you made the shoulder work down and change the knees, I wanted you to just to control what the club face was doing, so that we didn't get the club working too much behind us this way. That would have the influence of actually making the swing too close to the ground, and then as you come through you could still bottom out because the swing would be too shallow. And you can see how the swing would be directed out to the right of the target, instead of, as I suggested here, that we make sure the shoulder works down, that the sweet spot stayed out, not in, and the club face would look like it was still looking at the ball, or like our spine angle here. So there I can make a swing, and you can see how the swing is straighter towards the target. So I really hope you enjoyed the lesson, and it'd be lovely to catch up soon. Best of luck with that. Stay in touch.